All right, fight fans, boxing heads, students, trainers, anybody out there that like the sport of boxing. It's your boy Mouse. Colossal Boxing Talk, you already know the deal. Bringing you another episode, another analysis after breaking out of boxing last night. Taking this moment right now to break down the Alvarado Marquez fight for you guys. So, you guys see my point and my thoughts and give you a different take on what happened last night. So, let's start off. I want to start off by saying this. Last night, I actually got to watch the fight under Box Nation, which is the channel in Europe. I'm not exactly sure where. I know they do fights in England. I don't know where else they do. But I know it's not a channel from here. With that being said, it's actually really quite refreshing to see and hear their commentators versus ours. I'm a person that I feel like, you can't always go off the crowd because the crowd, they tend to have their favorite and they'll cheer even when punches are missing, and it was funny because in the first round of the Marquez Alvarado fight, you hear the guy, the first thing he said was, I want the fans to take notice that, you can't pay attention to the cheers and the jeers whenever punches are thrown because, Marquez has a really big pulling and every time he throws a punch, even if he misses, the crowd goes crazy. And it's not every day you hear commentators say that, and I thought it was really refreshing as a fan, as a student of the game, and as a trainer myself, to hear that. I think if we would have more commentators like that in the sport, it would actually be better for everybody. Some unbiasedness, somebody calls it right down the middle, So, thank you, Box Nation. But, yeah, going on to the fight, when I originally saw this fight come out, I had it as a toss-up. I thought it could have went either way. As they got closer to the fight, started picking Alvarado. I started leaning more towards Alvarado. Just because I thought, Well, I think he's younger. His style may give Marquez some trouble. Because Marquez is a counter puncher, so is Alvarado. See what happens. With that said, obviously Marquez won. But here's my thing. I thought if Alvarado did lose, it was gonna be simply on the fact that he was hurt by Ruslan, and he still wasn't fully there. And I think last night he showed that. I thought the wars with Brandon Rios, and especially the beating he took against Ruslan, really damaged him mentally and emotionally. I don't think he's there in the sport. I don't think his head is in the game. I thought last night he held from throwing a lot of punches because he was scared to get hit. I thought at certain times when he could have had Marquez or in the ninth when he knocked him down. I know it was a flash knockdown and Marquez wasn't really hurt, but still, you get a knockdown, you that should be like a wake up to you, like, okay, I want to go in for the kill, and he did nothing. He allowed Marquez to get up and just continue to pound on him. Round after round, I seen his trainers yell at him in the corner, you have to let your hands go, you have to let your hands go. And he did nothing. He kept coming out and trying to protect himself. I seen the first Brandon Rios fight where he went toe-to-toe with Brandon Rios, who I think is a harder hitter than Marquez. But we'll get into that. And he went toe-to-toe, knocked Rios down. Rios knocked him down. Knocked Rios down again. Rios knocked him down again. Then, It was a full-out war. And I seen this guy get up. And although he lost that first fight, he got the second, the rematch. He made the necessary adjustments. Box on the outside reels beautifully. But then even with the Ruslan fight, I seen him at certain times go toe to toe with Ruslan. And I don't really think people understand this guy Ruslan too much. And I'm gonna state this now for all you boxing fans and the ones who claim that are boxing fans. You guys really need to start pushing for these guys to be on your pay-per-views and on your main events. Guys like Ruslan Podnakovic, guys like Keith Thurman, guys like Sean Porter. These are your guys that want to fight because they want to fight. Not because of no belt. Not because, whatever the money. Those are your pride fighters. Those are your Haglers, your Hearns, your Leonards, your Alis. Those are your guys. We need to stop applauding these guys that are choosing and picking and that don't even want to get pushed. A guy like Ruslan, bro, guy is relentless. He keeps coming at you. Let's see these guys step up, fight these guys. Let's see the Mayweathers step up, fight these guys. I understand, you get to a certain point in your career where you've done enough and you feel like, you want to pick them. Okay, that's fine. But give us, good fights. Those fights that are worth that $70. It's not no $39.99 no more. But anyways, back to the fight. Like I was stating, I thought Alvarado was really hurt by that fight. That Ruslan really damaged him, and I think it really showed in this fight. Now, leaning towards the Marquez side of it, I thought Marquez did a very, very great job on the outside, which is hard because it's like he was the shorter guy. That should have been Alvarado's fight, and on the inside as well. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say my questions were answered. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, he's back." Marquez he still has it. Simply on this. He was offered the Ruslan fight for the title. He turned it down. Said his excuse was that was a belt he already had. Okay, I respect that. But honestly, I think beating Ruslan would have given you more credit and would have, at least, I know me, I would have stated that you would have been back, that yeah, you still got it. But you turned that down, took the Alvarado fight. As a trainer and as a manager, you have to understand that when you scout fighters for your fighter, you scout a fighter that you think that your fighter is going to win. You never scout a fighter that you think he's going to lose to. You have to honestly understand that that's the fight business. You scout fighters that you think that your fighter is going to beat. Later down the road when you get down, you have 30-some fights, whatever, and you're making that money, and then, you start getting to your pride fights, but, a guy who's really, at the age of Marquez's and stuff like that, I understand the business and you have to be careful with his picking, but come on, like, beating up and a guy who just got demolished in his last fight, who's been in 2 wars previous to that, it's not really a surprise for me either, But nonetheless, I'm not taking away anything from Marquez. Marquez did his job. He did it well. I thought he did a really good job on the outside. I thought he did a really good job countering. I thought he did a really good job slipping punches. I thought last night he really showed a lot of the old Marquez, the boxer Marquez. But I also seen him tag up Marquez Alvarado. Now here's my problem with that. All of a sudden, Marquez has this extraordinary strength. Not for nothing. Marquez has always had a pop, but it seems like now he has a hell of a more bigger pop than ever before. Before the fourth Pacquiao fight, Marquez was not hitting that hard. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden now he has this superhuman Hercules strength that he just pops you and your head flings all the way back. Where was that during the Mayweather fight? I understand Mayweather came in 4 pounds. You know what I mean? The catch weight was like at 144 or whatever, and he still came over. But still, 2-3 pounds difference not gonna take away from that power. Even when he fought Manny Pacquiao on the fourth, for like the first 5 rounds, it seemed like he had no power until he landed that great counter punch, which is what Marquez is. He's a counter puncher, and laid him out. But where the hell did all this power come from? A dude who's getting older and getting stronger, it just doesn't seem like it doesn't add up to me. You know, I'm not going to sit here and speculate about steroids and say any of that. That's not my job to. But I do say this. Fight fans, take notice of this stuff. A dude doesn't get older and get stronger. Bernard Hopkins, he's gotten older, he's gotten smarter as a fighter. He's not knocking nobody out. Floyd Mayweather, he's gotten older, he's gotten smarter. He's not knocking nobody out. Manny Pacquiao, he's gotten older. When was the last time Manny Pacquiao knocked somebody out? And I know he didn't win a knockout decision, but yo, this dude literally punched Alvarado so hard in that 8th. Man, I felt that punch. I've never seen Alvarado get hit like that. But like I said, Marquez fought a beautiful fight last night. He did his job, did what he had to do. It was a typical Mexican battle. I thought Alvarado he did his job by lasting the 12 rounds and doing what he does. And I give all my respect to Mike Alvarado, because he's a great fighter. I think he has a lot of heart and he's not a quitter. But I really think his team needs to sit down with him and evaluate where does he go from his career. Is it time to hang him up? Or seriously, if it's not, give him some time away from the ring. Let him to have some family time, build his confidence back up, and then bring him back. And when you bring him up, please don't throw him in with somebody that's above a B fighter. Get him some tune-up fights. Build his confidence again. This is your job as trainers. Do your job as trainers, managers, promoters to get these guys back in their winning ways. You know, come on. This is what we do for a living. Make our guys fight. Well, he has 3 losses now. Doesn't mean his career is over. Plenty of guys in the old times have 15 losses and like 85 wins. And they fought more rounds. You know. Mike, great job last night. Came up short again. Take some time off. Marquez, where does he go from here? He said he has to take some time off. Brandon Rios has said he wants to fight Marquez. The Ruslan fight's still there. Now they want, the Pacquiao fight. Please don't give us another Pacquiao fight. Please don't give us another Pacquiao fight. It's just not, Give us something different, man. Top Rank has this cycle of wanting to wish-wash the same freaking fighters left and right. Bradley, Ruslan, Bradley, Pacquiao, Bradley, Pacquiao 2. Bradley, Marquez, Pacquiao 1, 2, 3, 4. Alvarado, Rios, Alvarado 1 and 2. Alvarado, Marquez. Ruslan, Alvarado. Rios, Pacquiao. It's the same welterweights fighting each single time. It's the same fights every year. Give us something new. This is why Golden Boy is dominating the welterweight fights. Come on. Give us something that's not typical. Top Rank, you got good fighters, but do a better job of mixing them. We're still waiting for the Ruslan and Brandon Rios fight. Let's make that happen. 2 bangers. A lot of people I know want to watch that fight. I know I want to watch that fight. Ruslan is one of my favorite fighters right now. And Rios is a hard puncher that keeps coming forward. Both guys come forward. What better fight can you get than that? You telling me that wouldn't bring money? Come on. You don't need to be a Bob Arum to know this shit. Boxing fans will go crazy with that fight. You can promote that fight so well. But us as boxing fans, we need to voice our opinions too. So, now that the Alvarado Marquez fight Great job to both guys. Marquez gets the win. Take some time off, think about what you want. Alvarado, please get your team to evaluate where you're at. We have the Cotto Martinez fight coming up in 2 weeks. I'm going to do a little something different than normal. I'm going to be breaking down before the fight and after the fight. I usually like to break down after the fight. But, you know what I mean, this is a special occasion. One, we got Trinidad going into the Hall of Fame. As a Puerto Rican, you know, that's great news for us, you know. Trinidad is one of my favorite fighters of all time. Obviously, he's Puerto Rican. Every Puerto Rican that got to grow up seeing Trinidad understands the reason why we're so crazy on Trinidad. Besides the fact that he did what he did in the ring, Trinidad was all about Puerto Rico. This dude supported all the stuff that happened in Marquez. He was always, all about, supporting all the stuff that went down in Puerto Rico. People don't understand what this guy did outside the ring for Puerto Rico as an island, and to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, I think that's a great seating for him and for Puerto Ricans, as well as, it's a Puerto Rican Day Parade in Madison Square Garden. You got Cotto coming up. And I know a lot of people think that because I'm Puerto Rican, I'm picking Cotto. I'm not. I'm actually going with Martinez on this one. But we'll break that down on my next video. I know a lot of Puerto Ricans are not going to be happy with that. But, unfortunately, I'm on the boxing side of it. I don't like to be biased and pick, a certain fighter just because, this. I like to break down a fight and really get down to the nitty gritty. And in my next video, we'll get down to that and why I think Martinez will win. But you guys already know, this is your boy Mouse, Colossal Boxing Talk. We also do Colossal Sports Zone. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe and like, share it. Obviously you guys know I do the whole training, managing under Mighty Mouse Boxing, Mighty Mouse Promotions. I'm located obviously in Pennsylvania, but I do run the whole tri-state area. My partner Medina, Omi Medina, is in New York as well, so we run fighters out of there. And also I'm on the championship rounds with Benjamin Acevedo, who runs that, and we have a nice little group there that hold non-stop topics for boxing. What Colossal Boxing Talk, the championship rounds, and Mighty Mouse Boxing is doing is being untouched. We're trying to revolutionize the game of journalism, videos, and boxing itself. We're trying to bring you something new, something fresh, something that you're not used to seeing. A lot of guys, they go out there to do interviews and all this, and a lot of them, they tell you what you want to hear. We don't want that. We want to spread the knowledge and show you, boxing for what it is, for what we love it. Bring some controversy. Spark up some good debates between you guys. This is what we're about. Colossal Boxing Talk, Mouse. You guys already know. Stay tuned. Got some more videos coming out. Check out the homies videos. Jarrell, Jasper, Michael Turner, CJ Goodfella. Those guys are all knowledgeable. Those guys also break down their fights. Spread the love. Show some love. We do the same back. You dig? Mouse, Colossal Boxing Talk. There's been another episode. Look forward. June 7th, Cotto Martinez. July 12th, 2 days after my birthday, Canelo Lara. Still got a lot of good fights. Let's go, fight fans. Let's get this.